You know what we needed? Didn't know we needed it. Had no idea we needed it, but you always need it. In this National Football League world where there's dome games and then there's South Florida games and there's West Coast games, we needed a snow game. Everybody needs to just have a snow game every now and then.
Revert back to your youth.
And last night, we got a snow game. You heard there'd be a wintry mix. Right. The dreaded wintry mix.
Oh, yeah.
That means there's rain mixed with the snow. We don't want that. We don't want wintry mixes. We need big, fat, white snowflakes coming down. We need it looking like an old school television set, black and white, when there was nothing on and you just saw static on the screen. That's the way you need it to look like. You need the snowflakes, big, fat snowflakes coming down. And then you know what you need? You need an AFC North game, an old school AFC Norris game, to use the Chris Berman phrase.
Smash mouth.
You need two teams that just don't like each other. You need the Steelers and the Browns having at it. That's what you need.
Two cities that don't like each other, two fan bases that don't like each other.
But what they can get together and say they like, snow. A big-ass snow game. That's what we needed. We got that last night on Amazon Prime.
Snow globe.
You betcha. You need Nick Chubb running downhill. That's what you need. You need Nick Chubb running downhill or running in the end zone. You need Najee Harris bowling some people over. You need George Pickens, beast receivers. That's what you need. David Njoku. That's what you need. You need big-ass people. You need T.J. Watt coming at you. You need Myles Garrett, the Grim Reaper.
I'm the best.
You need these guys in sleeves. That's what you need. You need them in sleeves. I'm not one of those guys. I'll tell you this though. I texted some people. I texted some people who are in the Amazon Prime Video broadcast in the middle. Didn't need to see that guy with his shirt off 15 times. That we didn't need.
Oh, no. That guy was great.
It was dinner time around here in Los Angeles.
Come on.
Yeah, we didn't see the same guy.
Big drunk Clevelanders with their shirts off.
I get it first time. I get it the fifth time. 10th time, I get the point.
Yeah, they were having fun.
I understand that. I don't begrudge him. I just didn't need to see it for the 10th time. That's all.
You know what I don't get? Some of the David Njoku, the running backs, no gloves?
Yeah.
No gloves?
Yeah.
Grown men.
In the snow?
Oh, yeah.
With a grip, the ball slipping and sliding everywhere? David Njoku might have needed the gloves.
And then you know what you need? When you think this game's not really giving you the fireworks that you need, and the snowflakes are coming down, you're like, really? It's 10-6? Is that what it is? Really? We're just going to get field goals? One touchdown's going to win it. That's all it's going to be. The team that gets the one touchdown's going to win it. And the Cleveland Browns had that one touchdown. And then the fourth quarter hit. You need a snow game where you think nothing's going to happen, and then everything happens, and it goes off the rails. You need a fourth quarter snow game, a snow game in the fourth quarter where 27 points and 4 touchdowns is scored, or 15 touchdowns and 2 turnovers. That's what you need. And I could sit here and tell you about it, and I will give you my perspective on what happened. But there's only one person who could appropriately describe what happened in that fourth quarter: 27 points, 4 touchdowns, 15 first downs, 2 turnovers. That's Jameis Winston. And he does it as only Jameis can. Hit it. Just go ahead. Hit it.
That fourth quarter, it really was like it was a whole paradigm shift. Like, we were playing so well offensively, and then bang, bang, back-to-back drives with turnovers. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is really an NFL's film moment. The snow starts pouring down. It starts getting like I felt like my feet started getting heavy because I'm squishing through the snow. And man, it was so good, and it was so great to end up getting that win.
There you go. Jameis Winston revealed the ending too. Spoiler alert, Browns won. And you know who doesn't like a snow game? George Pickens doesn't like a snow game. And I'll just tell this to George.
Oh, he's from Georgia.
Yeah, you know what? I understand.
You know what I mean?
Right. And he played his bowl games probably in domes, right?
Yeah.
Bowl games in domes. George, you're playing Pittsburgh.
Yeah, get used to it.
He doesn't like a snow game. As a matter of fact, he said the snow was the 12th man for the Cleveland Browns. That was the difference in the game. George Pickens hit it.
What do you guys try to take away from this loss? What's the message, in the locker room?
Just keep grinding. Like I said, conditions played a huge part in today's game. I don't really think the Cleveland Browns are a good team at all. I think the conditions kind of saved them today.
Man,
bad blood.
That's great. God
Big
bless.
fat snowflakes. George Pickens, not a fan of the snow game.
Nope.
You know what I'm not a fan of? That third down and 4 play call in the fourth quarter. when all the Steelers need to do is just keep stringing together first downs and they win this football game.
Keep running the ball.
And wasn't a fan of that one. But here's what drives me crazy. And I understand why they did it. And you're like, probably fans are like, why are you calling that play call on 3rd and 4th? Why are you doing it if you're going to go deep, throw the deep chunk play? Why are you doing it with the wrong quarterback?
Right.
Why are you doing it with Justin Fields when you've got the whole point of Russell Wilson's success so far as the Steelers quarterback are the chunk plays, the moon balls, the big deep pass that Justin Fields cannot accurately throw, and Russ can do so well. This is why you're talking about him being on a Hall of Fame career path. Why are you doing it with Justin Fields? You know why? And this is the thing, drives fans crazy. It's because that's what the coverage dictated. It 100% dictated, throw it there. Throw it there, even though it's a very low percentage play, when there's not a game being played inside a snow globe, with the football gods shaking it up every single damn snap. Certainly in the fourth quarter. That's what seemed to happen. You know, the first 3 quarters was this game was on a snow globe resting on the mantle. The fourth quarter was the football gods grabbing it and just shaking it. You know, like a 4-year-old.
When the grandkid comes over to grandma's house and takes the snow globe.
And you got to take it out of the kid's hand because it's going to be on the floor. The dog's going to step on it, or somebody's going to throw it. It's going to break. You know, all that. I used to go around the country for Thursday Night Football and get snow globes for Zan when he was a little kid.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And he used to have like 90 of them. And he used to say, Dad, you coming home with a snow globe? And I'd have to grab one, you know, getting
from the airport.
From the airport, yeah. and then you know what ended up happening? All of them broke. That's what last night's game was. And the question is why are they doing it? Because that's what the coverage dictated. They might have had another play, but when you see Pickens out there, you're going to throw it to Pickens out there. Problem was, the offense of the Steelers for the first 3 quarters was beginning to falter enough they start switching quarterbacks. You're starting to switch quarterbacks. And last night was the ultimate axiom: when you got 2 quarterbacks, you got none. In that moment of 3rd and 4. Because the Browns got the ball back and won a game. That's what happened. And, you know, you could sit there and wonder what's with the play calling, what's with this, what's with that, why would you do it? Coverage dictated it. Hey, you're a professional quarterback, Justin Fields. That's what the coverage dictates on 3rd and 4 in the snow globe game. Throw it. Didn't work. And there's tons of second guessing that you can have on that. Tons. After the game, this is what Coach Tomlin had to say.
It was a hard-fought game. They made more plays over the course of 60 minutes than we did. Obviously, we got to own our portions of it. Particularly early on, man, I thought it took us too long to warm up to the action. You know, we're penalized, some pre-snap penalties. It just wasn't really sharp. We got going, our guys fought, but it wasn't enough to secure victory. And so it's painful, but it's life in this business. We'll take a look at the tape and learn from it, man. We're in the midst of some thick AFC North action, and so no rest for the weary, man. We got a big one coming up.
That big one is at Cincinnati after a mini bye. Then here comes Cleveland to Pittsburgh. It would be great if it snows in that game, so George Pickens can realize it could snow for you too, you know.
Circumstances.
It might have been snowing in Pittsburgh last night for all I know, although that might have been the old lake effect. At any rate, then they're at Philadelphia, and then comes that stretch. That's the stretch of any team that's playing on Christmas. Sunday, Saturday, Wednesday. And their Sunday, Saturday, Wednesday happens to be Philadelphia, Baltimore, Kansas City, with Philadelphia and Baltimore being road games. OMG. Could have used that one last night for sure. Offensively, you're concerned. For sure. They went, 19 straight drives before they found the end zone without a touchdown? Mm-hmm. They went several quarters in a row without scoring. Scoring drought, that's the sort of stuff you would see with Russ in Denver. You would see that sort of stuff with Russ at the end of Seattle. But Russ does make these throws. He makes some dimes. He throws the seam pass beautifully.
Calvin Austin was
beautiful.
Beautiful.
He throws deep balls beautifully. So you could just basically say, if you're Pittsburgh, concerns, yes. Ability to maybe make some proper changes and see some results, You bet. Issues with the schedule ahead? Yeah, you bet. You bet. And the Ravens are like, thank you, going into the Hard Bowl. They're like, thank you very much, because that 2-game deficit in the loss column can be made up pretty damn fast.
Yeah, does this change who you feel is going to win the North?
No, let's see what the Ravens look like in Los Angeles, because the Ravens' schedule ain't easy either.
Right.
I mean, that is not simple by any stretch of the imagination, because once the Hard Bowl is over, Baltimore has to take on Philadelphia at home before they have their Saturday, Wednesday, because they play on Christmas too. The thing for them, though, is they're at the Giants and Tommy Cutlets. And by the way, the Giants, we'll discuss shortly, just released Daniel Jones. He is gone officially. And then they have the Steelers at home and then at Houston. That Week 16 game is going to tell you pretty much everything, I think, which is Ravens versus Pittsburgh. So offensively, some questions. Defensively, they're so damn good, man. And they didn't even have Highsmith last night, but did get a very nice play out of Herbig. And this is this team I'm not concerned about defensively at all. Offensively, if they go through a drought at the wrong time, that will be all she wrote. That will be all she wrote. But just chalk it up to last night. Going into the, a road game in division where you throw records out, and the snow definitely didn't help either one of them. But the fourth quarter, it was up for grabs and it went on tilt. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.